Greetings, dear respected audience. This is Esther Mala, your firstly and successful global educator, corporate trainer, SDG, ESG, and technology enthusiast from Malaysia, who not only focus on her life but also desire to see others excel in their lives by offering quality education for all. Dear precious audience, esteemed academician, our dedicated project team of Elegant Empire Education welcomes you to the Real Talk with Experts Sustainable Development Goals Forum. We are privileged to have Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi and Professor Dr. Rania Lampu here with us today. Our host and the project leader for this SDG forum is Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi. In this forum, we will explore transformative strategies that empowers communities through knowledge. Together, let us engage in insightful discussions that inspires action and foster collaboration for a sustainable future with our honorable respected panelists, a very interesting person, very kind person, Dr. Halima Sadia from United Arab Emirates. She is edu leader, mentor, business growth facilitator, leadership coach, author, and an STG enthusiastic as well. Welcome, Dr. Halima. Thank you for
Thank,
joining us today in this vital conversation. Welcome.
thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Anjum, the floor is yours. You may take over. Dr. Anjum? Oh, she's freeze. Just wait for a while. Huh? Think her connection problem. She will come back. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. At least you are okay, the guest. The panelist is okay. Yeah, yeah, she's back. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Anju,
Yeah, can we start?
you may start. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Have you uploaded your PPT?
No, I didn't make it today.
Oh, okay then. Okay. Please start.
So thank you, Dr. Esther, and I welcome everyone for this another session is Daily Forum, in which we will be continuing our journey of sustainable development goals. And today we have our esteemed panelist, Dr. Halima Sadia from UAE, the managing director of Redefining. And we will be discussing on another topic which has actually concerned the whole world, and that is e-waste and how it is impacting our lives. So if we talk about e-waste, it is the kind of waste that is being generated from any kind of the electronic devices that we have been using, our mobile phones, the chargers that we have, headphones, laptops, and moreover, e-waste has become a problem because technology is advancing so fast that in every few years, these devices start becoming obsolete. We cannot use these devices, and because of this e-waste has been increasing. So, Dr. Halima, ma'am, I would like to ask my first question here. What are the major environmental impacts of this e-waste, including its impact on soil and water contamination, and how can responsible recycling help in mitigating these issues?
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me. And first of all, before answering this question, let me just give you a little brief background of mine, how I entered into e-waste. When I was working as a principal of a school, and as a routine, I used to go to the homes of the weak children. And before the examination, especially before the board examination, and I used to visit their houses just to see that where they study and what exactly is the environment of their study. So and what is the routine, so that I can discuss with the parents and I can come to know the study schedule of the child. That was my main intention. So one on like on this routine, I visited one of the house in UAE, and there I found that the child's table was there where child used to sit and study, and near that table there were two big cartons, and those two big cartons were full of like the discarded mobile phones, the chargers, the keyboards, and then broken things like all these. Then I realized that my attention from that week study diverted towards this issue, that if the child is studying in such environment that is full of these type of broken things, electronic gadgets and all these things, so how it is going to affect the child's mind. Then I asked myself that we people are always concerned only about buying the new gadgets, buying the new devices. Any new phone comes here in UAE, I'll tell you, when the iPhone new version, you will not believe that there is a long queue. Even at night the people go and they stand in the queue so that they can grab the first new version of that iPhone. So that much craze is there for the buying. But what about after the use? Like if they are using the new one, what happened to the old one? So that question hit me, and then I started researching about this, reading about this, and it was in 2019. Since then I started thinking about that what we can do as an individual and how we can contribute in this, and that has taken me to Inti International University Malaysia to do more research about this e-waste management and what exactly are the factors why the students what are their behaviors and attitude towards this. So as far as this question is concerned, that the harmful effects of the e-waste, if the e-waste is not disposed properly, so it always goes into the landfill. And when goes into the landfill, it spoils the land, it spoils the soil, and it's the fertility of the soil is almost gone. Like it is so much reduced that it is almost gone. It also affects our water, the water, and then underwater lives are always endangered because of this. And it also make the water so much dangerous to drink, and we are not able to drink that water. So this e-waste, since it has lots of like lead inside this, and there are other metals inside this, if we are not disposing in the proper way, then naturally it is going to affect the land and the water and the environment and the air, and everything is polluted. Yes, over to you, Anjum.
Yeah, I think her connection some problem. That's why she's disappearing. I think it is really very a good start today where you introduce yourself, and it is really interesting to know that how you went into this e-waste management. And I'm so happy to hear that you were doing your research in Malaysia, so you
Yes.
know Malaysia well. Yeah, back to Dr. Anjum.
Yeah,
Great. Well,
thank you. So nextly, I would like to ask, when we talk about this e-waste, yes, what roles can government play in establishing the effective e-waste management policy, including producer responsibility schemes and proper disposable guidelines?
Yes, this is such a wonderful and crucial question. I'm very happy, Anjum, that you have asked this question. See, as an individual, we can do, but we cannot do as much as a government. This is the responsibility of the government. The government has to put the rules and regulations into action so strictly that the people are not taking advantage of throwing the e-waste wherever they like or disposing it in whatever way they want. So the government's policies play very important role, and there are certain policies like WEEE directives are there. The European Union requires manufacturers to manage electronic waste responsibly, not only the end users, but even the manufacturers. When they are manufacturing, they have to have the system at such a at place that where the end user is going to contact them whenever they want to dispose of. Then after that, the government has many governments have their own policies, but the policies are not, the main question is the policies have not been implemented so strictly. Like in New York, they have made it so strict that along with our other garbage, we cannot throw the electronics things in that. Like it is like we can say that punishable act. If we are doing that, we will be punished. So likewise, if we are going to make like the garbage, this dispose of the e-waste, there has to be centers where the people can go and they can drop those electronic devices over there, and it should be available at each and every corner, so the people are not facing much problem where to go, how to dispose of. So this government policies, first of all, has to be very practical, has to be at place, and secondly, the government policies have to be implemented religiously and very strictly, because now the people are not realizing its ill effects. But the way it is increasing, 50 million tons in a year. And it is said that in USA, average individual, its electronic waste is per year 74 pound. Can you imagine, as an individual? So it is increasing day by day, and if it is increasing, naturally the hazardous elements that it has is also affecting our environment, affecting our soil, affecting our water, and it is increasing. If we are not taking the actions now, so then it is going to be very dangerous for the existence and for the well-being of the whole globe. So the government regulations are essential, because government's regulations have to be for the recycling, refurbishing, and proper disposal. These things we have to keep in mind. So that is essential to take place.
Yeah, sure. We need to make a change in the government regulations, because when actually few years ago these devices were not so much used by everyone in the world. And now when you can see there's so much of e-waste everyone is having, and everyone's house we can see there will be a lot of e-waste, and we don't know how to dispose of. And if we just dispose it in the open, the chemicals, the harmful chemicals that are coming out from the ICs that we use, so it is going to harm the environment. And so yes, the government has to be involved. There should be some government regulations on how to dispose it, and how to recycle it, how to reuse it, remanufacture it. There are many such questions. But we already like think of circular economy. So when we talk about circular economy regarding this e-waste, that's become a problem. So what innovative strategies do you think can be implemented to promote a circular economy for this electronics, encouraging their reuse and refurbishment and recycling, so that we can minimize the generation of e-waste?
Yes, actually, e-waste is not only a problem, but it is a blessings as well. So, if we want, we can make the best use of in our circular economy, as you have mentioned. So, but how we can make it? So, let me give you some examples so that how other people have done, so that it can be easy for us to understand. So, in UK, Cambridge City Council introduced bright pink bins to collect a small electronics waste, recovering 49 tons of materials since 2022. So, like dark pink color, very bright pink color, the boxes bins are available, and the people know that okay, these bright pink colors are for the electronic, and they go and they throw in that pink bins. So this is what one of the Cambridge City Council has introduced. If we talk about like in the Egypt, what they have done is that they have made e-tadbir. E-tadbir is the app, and through that app, if you want to dispose your electronics devices, you can very easily exchange from the old ones to the new ones. And in this way, it is like there are designated collection points where we can go and where we can exchange our old gadgets to the new gadgets, and it is also a very innovative way, we can say. Then one new chemical process extract 99% of gold. Like the people are extracting 99% gold from the mobile that they have introduced to reuse it into the production. Instead of like mining and then getting new gold, they are extracting 99% gold from the devices and they are using in the production. So this is also, and Singapore is really, as we all know, that Singapore is a smart city and many things Singapore is smart. Now Dr. Esther is looking at me because Singapore, Malaysia both are considered that they are always ahead in many things, and Malaysia itself is really quite ahead in many things as far as the waste management is concerned.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They
yeah,
are back to us now. Singapore is back to Malaysia now. They were a bit far from us. Now they realize that they need Malaysia much, because when the big two powers are at loggerhead, the James Bond and the white and the Chinese James Bond both at loggerheads. So now Singapore realized that they need Malaysia.
okay. So anyway, Singapore has
Right.
introduced
They're
many
very careful.
policies. So one of the e-waste policy and repair cafes. So government has introduced like repair cafes. So where you will
Yeah.
go and you can collect, you can recycle your old devices, and they can, like, you can repair your old devices and you can increase the life of that your gadget. So that is called like cafe, e-cafe. So that is also a
No,
very good idea, very nice
yeah.
idea they have introduced. And
Very
then
good. I think like Singapore have very limited land, you see. They have to utilize the land very carefully, and they have very limited land. So they have to sort to disposing or selling of all the e-waste to Malaysia, especially
that
in the
that
state
also
of
that
Pahang.
also we will come on that topic. We will come in the next question, that how
Oh, that's great.
developed
That's
countries are
great.
using the developing countries to dispose
Yeah,
of their yes, send their e-waste over
yeah.
there.
There's
Yes,
always
yes.
advantage and disadvantage. So Malaysia
Yeah.
has the choice whether to buy the e-waste or not, what type of e-waste it is. If it's beneficial, Malaysia will buy. Otherwise, Malaysia won't buy. Malaysia is already having too many things dumped here, especially from China and all that. So
See,
they are trying to
doctor, you
dispose
are
of it.
100% right, doctor. You are 100% right that nobody is going to buy e-waste if we are going to say it e-waste. But if you are going to say that it's going to contribute in circular economy and it is going to help and to enhance their, naturally there will
Yes,
be enhancement in the employment. The people will be working for that. So it is
yes,
going to help them
exactly.
in their employment. Then in that way, we can take in that way, in the positive way. So likewise,
Great.
Taiwan's circular economy model is also there. Their manufacturers must design electronics with recyclability. Like they have to give the recycle methods before when they are manufacturing. That how it is going to be recycled. So this is also Taiwan's. This model is also a model which can be practiced in other countries. That when you are manufacturing, that time also you have to keep in mind that how you are going to recycle it and how it is going to be reused in what purposes and how it is going to be beneficial. So these are certain model, although we know that e-waste is becoming a big crisis, but along with that, e-waste can be a big blessings if we are aware of the ways how we are going to make the best use of this that is called e-waste, but nothing is waste in the world. Only uses are different. The devices that is not working is not the best. I remember I was recently in India and I was having iPhone, and that iPhone were okay, but little bit problem was there. So I'm a person, I told you, since 2019 I'm in the field of sustainability and e-waste and all those. So I'm a person who will not throw it and neither keep in the almirah, that okay, one mobile is in the almirah and let's go and buy another mobile. I will never do that. So what to do? I went to the market. There is a market called Nehru Place Market. That is a vast market of electronic devices, old devices and new devices and all. I went over there. He said that he will buy it for 6,000 rupees. Then I asked the next question, you tell me, what will you do with this? First, my concern is that where it will go. Okay, I get 6,000 rupees, but where it will go, first I should know that. Then they were having no answer. They were having, we will break it, we will do this, we will do that. I said, no, I need concrete. Then luckily with me there was my nephew was there. My nephew said that, Momani, why are you selling this? I said, I have to buy new one, that's why, because I cannot keep many devices. So then he said, okay, if you are really, you want that, then I can buy it and I can reuse it. I said, then for you, it is a gift you take and then you reuse. And I was so happy that my mobile phone that I was going to sell and I don't know where it was going to be used is now in the hand of a young, smart, gentle boy who is here in UAE, working here in UAE. And I'm very happy to that. He has spent some amount and he has repaired it and he is using. So that's what we have to think of, the ways how we are making the choice and how we are making the these old devices and electronic waste into the useful methods where we can use it properly.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course,
Dr.
that is really
Anju.
very interesting things. That we shouldn't be calling it an e-way. So that is really a new thing, and in fact, a takeaway from your talk, because we call it, yeah, this, so much of e-waste, so much of e-waste. But the way you are thinking, like we should know whenever someone manufactures an electronic device, so at the same time they should be having an answer like after a certain time how it is going to be reused or what is going to happen to it once it stops working. Well, that's really a very great thought where because most of the time we just keep on speaking about terms like circular economy, but we don't actually practice it. So if we talk about if take this discussion further, and now there is something more that I would like to ask, like if we like you told about so much of the e-waste initiatives that we do. So how can these e-waste initiatives address potential social inequalities and ensure that the vulnerable population, especially, they are not affected by this hazardous waste?
Thank you very much, Dr. Anjum. Yes, the major problem is that the common people are not aware of the harmful effects of this. And by 2050, we are going to produce 110 tons, 110 million metric tons by 2050. That is the estimation. And this requires the urgent attention. Although after COVID, we have improved our lifestyle very much. You all will agree with me that we have become more health conscious and more exercises, more yoga, more healthy food, more things we are doing. But one effect that has come into our lifestyle is that we have become more gadget savvy. Now we are spending more time on the gadgets. Many offices, those who used to work offline, now they switch over to online during COVID, and now they are continuing and they're very happy because they can save the office rent, they can save this thing, that thing, traveling. So that is also a benefit, at least traveling time and traveling carbon footprint and all those things are going to reduce. This is one aspect, but it has become a part and parcel of our life, and we are more into these gadgets. So, what the US Supreme Court's 2016 decision is that now the consumers of the e-waste, like electronic devices, consumers are responsible for the disposal. If disposal is not done responsibly, now what is happening in nowadays that developed countries, they are sending their all this e-waste to the developing countries. And developing countries, it is not through the legal ways, but there are other ways also where these e-waste are going to those countries, and those countries, without realizing that how it is going to affect their workers, the workers are working in the recycling of these electronic devices into improper way, that is not properly. And especially some countries, they use even their children. The children are also working in these fields. How dangerous it is if the child is exposed to such metals, to such hazardous substance. So this is the disparity that is happening. Like the developed countries, when they have, like they are sending their used clothes, they are sending their used household items, they are sending their all other items. Likewise, these electronics devices, those who are not, which are not in use, are also being sent to the developing countries. And these countries are, some of them or most of them are not still realizing that how we have to properly dismantle or dispose it. And because of that, the people, not the structured sectors, like unorganized sectors, in through that, when they are trying to dispose of these electronics waste, it is becoming very hazardous for the people. Those who are working there, they are in some cases they are just crushing it, and then those substance, after crush, whatever the powder or whatever the things they are getting, it is very harmful for the landfills, it is very harmful for the water, and it is very harmful for the life existence itself. So here also there should be some regulations on the or on the export and import. There has to be some government's guidelines, and it has to be followed very strictly. There should be some limit on the limit on sending of these type of e-waste, and where to send, how to send, whether it is under the supervision, whether it is done properly, when the some country is taking it, what the country is doing after taking it, how it is being disposed of. All these things have to be taken care of. Otherwise, the lives of the workers, the life of the people around that, the land of that area, everything is at danger because of this. Again, I will say that it is just lack of awareness. That is the main reason. The people are not aware that what is going to happen to them.
Yeah, of course, there is lack of awareness. In fact, even if I say about myself, like few days when I was seeing a student giving a presentation on e-waste, so we could see, yeah, we just know, okay, what is e-waste, what are different types of e-waste, but the way, the different kind of angle that you have given today, like to be aware of what is going to have this to any kind of electronic device that I am having with me now. So how we are going to deal with it, and not only that, because we only think that, okay, if I'm having something, how, what is going to happen, how it is going to be reused or remanufactured or refurbished, but more than that, how it is affecting the people, because the kind of pollution it has been causing for the soil, for the water, how it is affecting so many people, and how we need to increase the awareness among the people, because it is not just a pollution that we think of. Most of the times we only think of, okay, like soil or water is getting polluted, but it is even more than that. And even like how the government policies should be uh, uh, refurbished, sorry, even it should be improved. So that was really very great thing speaking to you on this topic. And yes, of course, so it was really great discussing, but I know that Dr. Esther and Dr. Rania are also waiting to discuss over this. So over to you, please, Dr. Esther and Dr. Rania.
Yeah, Dr. Rania, you can ask questions first.
Yes,
After that,
yes, of
I have
course.
only one. Yeah,
Yes, I
I'll
have been
share a
listening. It's really very eye-opening and thought-provoking discussion. Many congratulations, Dr. Halima. You mentioned
Thank
that already the Generation Z, those who are born between the late decade of 90s and 2010, they are tech savvy. They're mad with innovative gadgets. It's true. And you already mentioned that this generation actually is not very well aware of e-waste management techniques. So how can actually we can help them adopt the more sustainable tech habits? And another important question is how this generation can leverage their consumer power to influence tech companies to prioritize sustainability. Because the tech companies are highly responsive to consumer preferences. And if generation Z consistently favors sustainable devices, then it will push brands to focus on green innovation. So, what do you think about this? How we can help the new generation adopt sustainable practices, and what they can do in order to push manufacturers to prioritize sustainability? That would be boycottage, for example. That would be so use social media or use tech for activism. Anything. So what is your opinion?
Thank you very much, Ms. Rania, for your wonderful question. First of all, if we talk about the new generation, Generation Z, so this is the responsibility of the family. when in the family we talk to the children, we teach them the values, the manners, the family's like religious ethics, and all those things. Along with that, the family should consider it as a responsibility to teach them how to use the electronic gadgets responsibility, and how not to indulge into changing it whenever they like or whatever they want, or when it is not in the use, then how to where to send it, how to send it, how to dispose of it. This is the responsibility. And we have developed one lifestyle that is called green lifestyle course, where we try to give each individual to be responsible in themselves. So we have a small activities, 30 challenges, where everybody has to go through those 30 challenges, and they have to imbibe the values of sustainability in their own lives. You will not, I will give you about a small incident if there is time. That when I was at promoting my previous conference, sustainability conference, I was in India, and I was among the kitty party women. Okay, so I went over there and I said that I have come to invite you for the sustainability conference, so please come and join us. Then one of them said, okay, what is this, what is going to happen? I said, since I have started working for sustainability, I stopped buying new clothes more quite often. I started thinking before doing anything, before buying anything. And see this sandal that I'm wearing, it is repaired. I used to throw the broken sandals. Okay, now it is not working. Okay, throw it. I don't like it, throw it, let me buy new one. But now I have started repairing it and then wearing it, mending it and wearing it. So they laughed at me and they said, oh, so your conference is for the Kabulers, they are going to come and mend our sandals over there. Like, they were mocking at me. So that, because the family plays very important role. We have to imbibe in the mind of the children how to be responsible, when those children are going to be the manufacturer in future. So while manufacturing, if the values are there, sustainable values are there, they will think 1,000 times before manufacturing, how to manufacture and how much to manufacture. This is the greed of human being. That's why they are manufacturing more than the need. And when it is by being manufactured more than the needs, they are advertising. They are bringing so much into the plate of the people that people cannot resist, and they are buying the things like mad. Sometimes the people, they do mad shopping, they even don't open the packet and they go and buy another
Yes,
set of things. I have seen
yes,
the people like this. So these
yes.
type of habits have to be, we have to imbibe the sustainable values through the family, through the community, through the schools, colleges,
Mhm.
through our
But
religious centers.
yes, it's true that, but we know that this generation wants every 6 months to buy a new device, very well. They're addicted to new gadget. So, are there any innovative models that we can recommend to this generation? For example, modular phones or biodegradable electronics, something which, if they want to change their device, is there any other in the market right now? Innovative solutions that we can recommend.
Yes, we have, like, I most of the places, they have the exchange policy. So if you are going to buy the new device, you can first give the old. If you want to give the old ones, they give you some reduction in that. They take that old one and they give you the new ones. It is like almost I have seen here also, and in back in India also, and other places as well. So these type of things are there. Secondly, there are NGOs, those who are working for this, and they also help in this. Here I know in UAE there is like Emirates Environmental Group, so they are really working in this. BIA is there, BIA is working for this, so they also help the people to dispose properly, responsibility, and to hand over to those group of people or the organizations, those who are refurbishing it and recycling it.
Yes, I think that the most popular is Fairphone. Fairphone, I think, is in the world the most sustainable mobile phone, because I think it focuses on ethical sourcing of materials. It focuses on modular designs that actually make repair easy. In this way, we can replace, parts. Think of like the battery on screen ourselves, extending the device lifespan. So yes, we can teach our students that there are other sustainable solutions and more innovative. Definitely.
Yeah, thank you very much for informing.
Yes. So, Dr. Estera, do you want to make any question? You can mute it.
Yes.
So,
I- yeah.
uh,
Yes, please, Dr. Halima.
till what time we have this session? Because our breaking fast time is also coming.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay. We are going to finish now. Okay. Let me share your conference flyer. You just share with us about your conference.
Yes, yes.
Yes. I
So,
managed to get this only. I lost
okay,
the other
thank
one.
you very much. Thank you very much, my dear friends, and all the friends, those who are watching this. My humble request to you all is that be the part of this sustainability conference in Maldives. And if you cannot travel, you can even be the part virtually. This conference promises to bring all the global leaders together so that we can think, we can discuss, we can share the best practices, whatever is happening in other part of the world. And by knowing each other, by understanding each other, by following each other's good practices, best practices, we are going to help the world to heal, to help the earth to heal, and to make this world a better place. So we are going to have almost 6 7 SDGs covering in this conference. We are going to talk about the quality education, we are going to talk about the health and well-being, we are going to talk about the environment, we are going to talk about the world and the life underwater, we are going to talk about the responsible consumption and production, we are going to talk about the governance. So if you are concerned about sustainability, you are a person who think about the world and you think that before you go from this world, you should leave some legacy behind so that the people should remember you with the good name, and the earth is going to pray for you that you have done something to heal the earth. So this is the right time when you can contribute in this conference. So my humble request to you all is, please be the part of this. You can always contact us. We have virtual and plus in person, both the mode available here. My phone number is sorry, my email ID is edufaminternational@gmail.com, adufam edufaminternational@gmail.com. You can contact me, and I express my gratitude and thanks to Dr. Easter, who has given me this opportunity to talk from her platform about my conference. This conference is very close to my heart, and I'm personally taking keen interest in this. And you will not believe that since last month, like since January, I am contacting each and every person whom I think is suitable for this conference, because we don't want to just assemble the crowd, or we just want the people to gather at one place without any purpose or having passion for sustainability. So personally, we are contacting the people, those who are really concerned about sustainability, those who are working in this field, those who are really willing to contribute to their surroundings. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and please be there. We are open for the nominations, either as speaker, or if you have done something great and you are proud of yourself, then you can even nominate yourself as awardee. And if you just want to see that what the world is doing and how you can contribute after listening to them, then you can attend as delegate and contribute in the discussions, contribute in the conference success. So all three nominations are open: as delegate, as a speaker, as awardee. And you are most welcome. Maldives is a beautiful place. It is said that if there is any paradise on this earth,
Yes,
paradise in
of course.
Maldives. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it is indeed a beautiful place, a place where you not only go for conference, you can also have a short break there. Yeah, a change of environment is definitely very rejuvenating. Okay, Dr. Halima, such a phenomenal sharing today, a great session. And I thought of asking you the question. I think I shouldn't text you anymore. You have answered enough question and you are fasting today. Okay, so I will just finish up with this for the sake of our audience as well, before I pass it to Dr. Rania to do the closing. Thank God, this morning I couldn't
Thank
speak at
you.
all. Suddenly my sound changed, but it improved. Okay, let me share a little bit about how Gen Z can contribute to responsible consumption and manage e-waste sustainably. Okay, first, choosing sustainable products. Okay, Gen Z can choose sustainable products. I don't want to elaborate, but you can go and find out because we're short of time. Just because we have to let go Dr. Halima. Okay, so you can opt for electronics design for durability, upgradability, and all that, recyclability, and to minimize e-waste generation. Next, what the Gen Z can contribute is by participating in e-waste drives. Okay, join community e-waste collection events to safely dispose of old gadgets. Next, refurbishing and reselling. Learn skills to repair and refurbish electronics, then sell them online or at local markets, like what Dr. Halima mentioned just now, providing valuable reuse products. Another way is by raising awareness, use social media platforms to educate peers, yeah, about the importance of e-waste recycling and responsive consumption. Number 5 will be supporting eco-friendly brands. Purchase from companies that prioritize sustainability practices in their products, life cycles, and e-waste management. If you see in Malaysia, we have almost a lot of products lately produced. Everything has recycling, can be recycled or cannot be recycled, and whether they are buying back from you and all that. So this is what they have taken initiative. Then next will be supporting eco-friendly brands. Purchase from companies that prioritize sustainability practices. Okay, in their products, life cycles, and e-waste management. By engaging these practices, Gen Z can not only help reduce e-waste but also create income opportunities in growing market for refurbishing electronics and sustainable products. So I'm very sure, dear audience, you have gained much from this sharing. Although today Dr. Halima is fasting, but I forgot that she's fasting because she was
It's
so,
it's okay. It's okay. It's
giving
okay.
me so much of energy. I forgot she's
Yeah.
fasting today. Anyway, now we had a very wonderful session today. Thank you to Dr. Anjum, our project leader, for this. And I'll pass over to Professor Rania to do the closing. Thank you, Professor Rania. Please.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Halima Sadia, Dr. Estera, Professor Dr. Anjum, our participants, our panelists. It's my honor to give the closing remarks, the forum Real Talk with Experts. What a joy to organize this forum online and to be able to welcome experts and dignitaries in the field of education, which is a good sign to collaborate together to enhance the education system globally. I would strongly emphasize that the slogan quality education for all accomplishes the mission and vision of Elegant Empire Education. Thank you very much, Dr. Halima Sadia, for highlighting that improper disposal of e-waste poses significant environmental and health risks, such as environmental risks, health risks, and socioeconomic issues. Gen Z, by rethinking their consumption habits and embracing sustainable practices, can redefine what it means to be responsible in the digital age because they have the power to influence industry practices, drive policy changes, and create a future where technological progress doesn't come at the expense of our planet. Through a combination of advocacy and responsible consumption, Gen Z is poised to transform e-waste from a growing problem into an opportunity for innovation and sustainability. In a world increasingly defined by its reliance on technology, it's up to this generation to reshape the future of electronic waste, a future where disposal doesn't mean distraction but renewal. Before putting this forum to a close, let us give a big applause to our host and moderator, Professor Dr. Anjum. Thank you again, dear Halima, for your very informative, insightful presentation and discussion. Half a gratitude I would address to the brilliant audience, teachers, parents, and students who made it here with us today out of your busy schedules. We will meet again next week with another important topic on SDGs. And before I let you go, let us give a big thank you to Ambassador Professor Esther Mala, the brain and heart of Elegant Empire Education, as the project director. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you so much. Dr. Halima,
Thank
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now
Thank
you're
you,
free.
everyone.
We set you free now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Nice,
you,
and we
Anjum.
wish you all the best for your
Thank you.
upcoming conferences.
Yes.
And
Thank you, Rania.
yeah, Dr. Anjum will be with you, and hopefully I can join in
Oh,
person.
really?
Yes,
Dr.
Dr.
Dr. Anjum, you will travel to Maldives?
No, no.
Yes, Dr. Anjum.
Hello.
Dr. Anjum is
Okay,
joining
Yes,
as
sir.
virtual participant.
okay,
Thank
okay,
you,
okay.
audience.